Hi there, Abby here. So I wanted to do a personal follow-up after our webinar together of how to grow your sales without the overwhelm. I'm really conscious that I delivered a lot of information to you in a short amount of time, so I wanted to just follow up with a quick recap of the items that we discussed. If you're anything like me, you look back at your notes and go, what on earth was I on about? And so I wanted to make sure you had a recap in your inbox that you could refer to. If you feel a moment of overwhelm, refer back to this video and that will get you going again. So let's recap. So firstly, we talked about the sales mindset and we talked about challenging our thinking and that we can train our brain and we can build like a muscle to essentially challenge anytime we think, I don't like sales, I'm not good at sales, I can't do it. Challenge yourself. Because we talked about how that thought will lead to firing off a neuron in our brain, which then we talked about will release a hormone, which will then create a feeling, which will then lead to action or no action, which then drives our results. And if we're feeling fearful and nervous, we're not going to take the action and therefore we're not going to get the results. So challenge your thinking. Then we started to talk about messaging. And we talked about how can we ensure that we're resonating with our target market. So we talked about 70% of customers buying to solve a problem and therefore identifying the top 3 problems and pain points that people come to you to solve. And we also talked about making sure we're talking directly to them like we're talking to our best friend. So I understand that it's really frustrating for you when X. I understand how annoying it can be when this happens and really resonating with your client. We're not talking all about us and our experience. We're saying we understand their problem and pain point and hey, this is how we can solve it for you. And don't forget on the messaging to test it with the right target market. So important. Because sometimes we test our messaging with the wrong people, friends or family, and they're not necessarily our target audience, so we're not getting the feedback that we need. Then we talked about existing customers, and we talked about, are there natural refresh cycles, are there complementary offerings, or are there upsell offerings? Now on this one, just remember that we're also looking to provide additional value. So this has to be a win-win. From our perspective, it's an additional revenue opportunity, but from the client perspective, it's additional value to them so that they're going to continue and remain to be a loyal, glowing customer of yours. And again, we'll go on to provide referrals to other people and repeat purchases. And we talked about how much easier and quicker it is to retain existing clients than gain new ones. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be gaining new clients because we absolutely should be, but in parallel we should also be working with existing clients, which often people forget because we get distracted by the new clients. So those were the 3 take action items that we talked about, and we talked about how that fits into the 3 dynamics of having the right market with the right message and the right method. And those were the 3 that needed to fit together for our sales strategy. Now, if you've got any questions still and I didn't cover your question in the webinar, please feel free to email me at ask@projectthriveinternational.com. That's ask@projectthriveinternational.com, and I will be more than happy to answer your question. So good luck with your take action items. I hope you're making progress. And if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or lost, just refer back to this quick recap and hopefully that'll set you on your way again. Good luck and keep me posted on your progress.